Out on the blasted sand of the waste, the racers and their pit crew are playing a dice game. But this isn't a back alley version of craps. Instead, it is a dice version of the races that they regularly partake in. This serves a twofold purpose: honing their critical thinking skills while out on the track, but more importantly, to have at least a little bit of fun. It's incredibly stressful, facing imminent death on a regular basis, accompanied by long periods of sheer boredom between competitions. So having at least a modicum of fun is important. Greetings and welcome to Checkpoint Gaming. With this episode, we will be going over how to play the game Gaslands Wipeout. With Gaslands Wipeout, it was created by Mike Hutchinson and published through the Gaslands website. With Gaslands Wipeout, it is a dice version of Gaslands Refueled. It consists of 3 to 10 players, with the objective of the game consisting of the first player winning 5 races being deemed the winner. When setting up the game, each player is to receive 1 skid die and 5 regular dice, which are known as race dice. There is also a repool of extra race dice found in the middle of the play area. With the nature of the race dice, they can either be held or unheld. When they are held, they are to be set off to one side. When they are unheld, they are ready to be rolled. When engaging in a race, all plays are to occur simultaneously, with the players trying to reach 21 points without wiping out. The first player to announce split 21, or the last player remaining in play, they will win that given race. With each race, it consists of multiple laps, and each lap consists of the following steps: 1. Roll dice. 2. Resolve skid dice. 3. Count up score. 4. Announce score. And 5. Start a new lap. With roll dice, each player will roll their unheld race dice along with their given skid dice. With resolving skid dice, each player is to look at their skid dice and resolve its effect. If a hazard is rolled, they wipe out. If a skid is rolled, the player is to uphold all their dice and start a new lap. If a slide is rolled, then the player will have to slide one of the race dice over to a player found to the left or right, ignoring any player that has wiped out without changing the face value of the race dice. This dice now becomes one of their held dice, where they'll add it to their score, which might cause a wipeout to occur. If a shift is rolled, the player has 2 options to choose from: accelerate or brake. With accelerate, the players will hold off all their current race dice and move them off to one side in order to indicate that they're being held. From there, they are to take a single race dice from the race dice pool and start a new lap, only rolling new dice and their skid dice. With brake, the players just select any one of their race dice and place it back into the pool. When it comes to that of wipeout, the player will wipe out and they are out of that given race. They are then to place their skid dice on the hazard icon as a means of indicating a wipeout. They can rejoin the game at the start of the next race. With count of 4, this is when the player will count the value of all of their held and unheld race dice. If their score is greater than that of 21, then they will immediately wipe out. Otherwise, this is their current score. With announced score, if the player possesses a score of exactly 21, then they will announce split 21 in order to win the race. But if the score is that of 20 or less and is higher than that of the pole position score, then the player can announce split followed by stating the current score. Once doing so, this will become the new pole position score. Otherwise, a new lap is to begin. It is worth noting that if a player is currently in pole position and another player announces a new pole position score, the player currently in pole position will have to start a new lap. Finally, when starting a race, the players will uphold all of their race dice and begin a new lap. It is possible for a player to start a new lap even if the other players are still in the process of completing their current lap. For a race to end, a player will need to announce split 21, where said player will win the race. And if all players, except for the one wipe out, then the remaining player who hasn't wiped out will win the race. But in either case, a new race is to start immediately. And when starting a new race, each player will do so with exactly 5 race dice. And when a player has won 5 races, the game is over and said player has won the game. But if playing with 7 more players, then 3 races need to be won instead of 5. So with that said, that's what you need to know about playing Gaslands Wipeout. If you liked this episode, feel free to give it a like, and if you want to stay up to date on any future episodes we upload, go ahead and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/checkpointgaming. See you in the next episode, and happy gaming.